Chandrayaan 1, it was completed 12 years after its launch. So that is the reason I had I am to remind all of us the features of the Chandrayaan 1 and also the achievements of the Chandrayaan 1. Chandrayaan 1. It was launched on 22nd October 2008. So, so it means by today it was completed 12 years after its launch. So, of reminding about the Chandrayaan 1, first objective. What is the objective of Chandrayaan 1 is to study about the chemical, mineralogical, and photogeological mapping of the moon, and also the another objective is to upgrade test India's technological capabilities in space and return scientific data from the lunar surface. It is nothing but to know what are the minerals that are present on the moon and on which location they are present. For example, Mercury. At which locations Mercury is present at a higher concentration? At which locations it is present at the lower concentrations? It is called as mineralogical mapping. And photogeological mapping is nothing but to know where are the foldings on the moon and also where are the rocks, where are the mountains, etc. Photogeological mapping is and chemical composition on the moon at different places. This is called as a mapping of chemical, mineralogical, and photogeological. And also another objective is test and upgrade the India's technological capabilities in space and return scientific data on lunar surface. That means the scientific data on the lunar surface will be returned back to the Earth. That is the objective of the Chandrayaan 1. In Chandrayaan 1, there are 11 payloads. Those payloads are from India, USA, UK, Germany, Sweden, Bulgaria. In those 11 instruments, 5 are the instruments that are made in India itself. And the remaining 6 instruments, they are from abroad countries. The instant instruments are terrain mapping camera, hyperspectral imager, lunar laser ranging instrument, higher energy X-ray spectrometer, moon impact probe. The abroad instruments are Chandrayaan 1 X-ray spectrometer, near infrared spectrometer, sub keV atom reflecting analyzer, which can we call in which can be abbreviated as SARA, SARA. And the ninth one is miniature synthetic aperture radar. And the 10th one is moon mineralogy mapper radiation dose monitor. These are the 11 instruments or the 11 payloads that the Chandrayaan 1 satellite will carry. So our main focus will be on the moon impact probe. Why the moon impact probe I am focusing on is within 2 to minutes of this video we will able to know why I am focusing on only on the moon impact probe. So moon impact probe. This payload is of the weight 35 kg. This payload carries a video camera, a radar altimeter, a mass spectrometer. These 3 instruments that are carried by the moon impact probe. That is, a moon impact probe is also instrument. In those with that moon impact probe instrument, these 3 instruments are present. So, after launching of the Chandrayaan 1 on October 22, 2008, it was put into 7502 cross 504 kilometer orbit. See, this is the orbit that 504 cross 7502 kilometer orbit is this one. I have put I am hovering on that orbit. See, this is the orbit that I have mentioned now. 7502 cross 504 kilometer. First, before coming to the orbit, the satellite has made many maneuvers around the Earth. Namely, it is provided here is EBO1, EBO2, EBO3, EBO4, and so on. After that, it was entered into 7502 cross 504 kilometer orbit around the moon. This is 504 cross 7502 kilometer orbit is nothing but 7502 kilometer is the maximum distance of that orbit from the moon, and the 504 kilometer is the least distance of the orbit from the moon. See here, here it is the moon. The maximum distance is up to here. We can obtain maximum distance here to here. It is a maximum distance which is about 7502 kilometer, and the minimum distance is the moon is here. The minimum distance is the distance between the orbit at this point and the moon. This is the 504 kilometer distance. So we are calling this orbit as 504 kilometer cross 7502 kilometer, or by 504 kilometer by 7502 kilometer orbit. After that, on November 8, after making some maneuvers around the moon, the orbit made into a circular orbit around the moon. See that I am hovering on that orbit. This is the orbit which is circular around the moon. Circular means the orbit is same distance from the moon at any point. So the orbit is the same distance from any point. It is 100 kilometers. This orbit is 100 kilometers from the lunar surface. On November 8, the satellite was reached this orbit, 100 kilometers circular orbit. On November 14, the MIP released. The MIP is nothing but the Moon Impact Probe. The Moon Impact Probe was released from the orbiter. Initially, the orbiter carries the Moon Impact Probe along with the other 10 instruments. So now, on November 14, the orbiter was released the Moon Impact Probe. Released is nothing but the deorbiting. Deorbiting is removing. Just if the orbiter just releases the Moon Impact Probe, the moon as if we use some basic knowledge of the gravity, that Moon Impact Probe also revolves into the same orbit. So what they do at the time of releasing the Moon Impact Probe from orbiter is they had applied some marginal force onto the orbiter. Sorry, marginal force onto the Moon Impact Probe at the time of releasing from the orbiter, such that the Moon Impact Probe was deorbited. Deorbited is nothing but it was removed, it was exited from the orbit, and after that it was gone free fall onto the moon. After it was released on November 14, within 27 minutes, the Moon Impact Probe was crashed onto the moon. Crashed onto the moon is it was hardly landed onto the moon. Within those 27 minutes, the time gap in between the Moon Impact Probe that released from the orbiter and the Moon Impact Probe that crashed onto the lunar surface, in between the 27 minutes time gap, the Moon Impact Probe has sent back the information for every 4 seconds. That means it was in the atmosphere, moon atmosphere. Upon traveling in the moon atmosphere, going downwards towards the lunar surface, the Moon Impact Probe has sent the data through the three instruments. Namely, I had mentioned earlier those video camera, radar altimeter, and mass spectrometer. They have sent the data for every 4 seconds. Sent back the data for every 4 seconds. After that, in the data, the ISRO has found that water molecules are there in the atmosphere. Namely, the instrument name is Chandra Solitudinal Composition Explorer. This instrument on the moon impact probe, in the time between the that in the 27 minutes time, that this instrument, namely Chandra Solitudinal Composition Explorer, this instrument, the data from this instrument was helped to find out that water molecules are present in the moon's atmosphere. So that is the reason I highlighted the moon impact probe, moon impact probe instrument out of all the 11 instruments that carried by the Chandrayaan's orbiter. So why water is why moon impact probe highlighted, and why only the water? Just because of water, if and only if the water is present on the moon, the life is existed on the moon. So before Chandrayaan-1, there is a big question that does water is present on the moon or not? So by Chandrayaan-1, it is clear that the water is present on the moon. So by which instrument the answer was found? The instrument is moon impact probe. Moon impact probe. So that's why I had highlighted the moon impact probe here. So after that, in November 2008, the Chandrayaan-1 orbiter began experiencing high temperature. It is probably due to the overheating. According to ISRO, it could only run one scientific instrument at a time. It is nothing but already we know Chandrayaan-1 was carried 11 instruments. After leaving moon impact probe, it will have 10 instruments. But because of overheating, the ISRO was able to only run only one instrument at a time. So it is because due to overheating. On May 2009, the orbiter was delivered to 200 kilometer height. This is the orbiter at 100 kilometer. And the above one is the orbiter at 200 kilometers distance from the lunar surface. On May 2009, it was delivered 200 kilometer high from the present 100 by 100 kilometer 100 by 100 kilometer circular orbit. And because of the this is due to because of the heating itself. But such that why they had if the orbiter goes on to the high level from the surface, the temperature experienced by the orbiter will become less somewhat. So that's why they had increased the level of the height level of the orbiter on May 2009. But according to NASA on August 2009, the orbiter was suffered the star sensor failure. Star sensor failure is nothing but that sensor is used to communicate between the ISRO station and that orbiter. So that orbiter was failed due to the heating. After that, within some few days, the backup sensor was also got failed. So the ISRO and the orbiter of Chandrayaan-1 was lost communication. The last communication with Chandrayaan-1 orbiter with ISRO is on August 20th, 2009. But that orbiter, even there is no contact with the ISRO center present, but it is already revolving around it is now also in at present, that orbiter is already revolving around the moon, and that orbits that I had discussed to you now, that 504 plus 7502 kilometer orbit and the 100 kilometer circular orbit. These are all the polar orbits. The polar orbits are nothing but it is the north pole of the moon, it is the south pole of the moon. The orbits run above the north pole and south pole of the moons. So that means the orbits are such that they cover the surface of the north pole and south pole of the moon. See here, uh, the orbits are like this. If in case the orbits are like this, like here, it means like these orbits, like this EB4 orbit, EB3 orbit. If the orbiter was revolved around the moon same like these orbits, but not like these orbits, they are not called as polar orbits. So as these orbits are covering the surface of the poles, the surface of the poles of the moon, these orbits are called as the polar orbits.